What is up, Dragon Ball Fighter fam? I am so glad to have you guys here again. First of all, I want to say thank you so much for all the love on the defense guide with all the new subs, the comment section, all the likes. It really does mean a lot to me. Pushes me every single time when I make a video to make it better than the last. But yeah, well, I don't want to stall you guys too much. I know you want that good stuff, so with no further ado, let's get into our first match analysis together. We're going to cover a lot of different concepts, and of course I'll keep it as digestible and understandable as possible, but if I do use a term that you are not familiar with, there is an online fighting game glossary down in the description that is Coach Kai approved, so feel free to use it at your convenience as you watch the video. Alright, let's take down our first Zen-oh in ranked. Alright, so first things first, we're going to use the loading screen to our advantage against our Zen-oh friend here. He's running Gogeta A, Baby B, GTB. That makes sense. I'm running the standard CBC, Gohan, Roshi, and base Goku. Now let's talk round start, okay? I want to show you guys a couple things you need to be thinking about in the round start scenario. We're going to be covering that every single round start in this one. So hopefully you guys start to understand what you need to do and how important it is actually with your team. So, you know, some people like to think at this point in time, like, it's anybody's turn, but in reality, that's just not the case, right? Characters only can put out certain moves at certain speeds, and assists only are summoned at certain speeds as well. So let's go ahead and break this down. I'm going to use red here to, I guess, talk about my side on the left-hand side, my options, and I'm going to use red-green. And then we're going to use blue-yellow for the player 2 side. Hopefully I stay consistent with that. But let's have a talk, right? Let's start with Gohan here. So you may be thinking Gohan's 5M's pretty good, 9 frames, right? And his 2M's pretty good too. So we could go low, right? Or we could go high up here maybe. You know, with 5M. But in reality, that's just not going to be the move because there's this great character called Gogeta, and he basically says 5M is going to fill this space greater than you. That is just a fact. I've run multiple sets with different Gogetas. If me and him press 5M here, he always wins, which is the reality. So now it's just a matter of assists. So in reality, we could get Roshi here to protect us. He could basically I can insta summon him, right? I can insta summon him, and then he would get the guard point active, maybe, right? Maybe. But reality, we don't really know what he's gonna do. So then, like, if he actually hits Roshi, not Yoshi, if he hits Roshi, then we're down an assist, and we're like up here somewhere, or retreating back here, which is just not good. Which means Baby here is gonna lock us down, and then we're gonna take a nap. Then we have to block the mix, right? So yeah, basically, you need to understand all these different things. You need to look at your point characters, what they can and cannot do, using Dust Loop, of course. And then look at the assists. Luckily, this guy's assists aren't that fast. Baby B does take some time, and GTB comes out pretty quickly, but I'm 100% certain that is going to be used for Gogeta Mix, as it has a bunch of gaps, as we are going to see here. So let's go ahead and get into the match now. So me understanding this, I try to retreat instantly. He whacks me. We get a bit of a scramble situation, but I do get the first hit. So that's good. Scramble, scramble. Okay, so he gets the first hit here. So let's have a look-see. So he has no assist available, and we all know, no matter what, if he goes high with this Rekka, right, he could do forward heavy, and he comes in hot with the overhead or the low, right? I think they kind of hit on the same frame. He could also, from this point in time, I think he can still do the overhead, like universal overhead. That's reactable though. Even that has a gap. Basically everything he does from this point in time, once you block his low, he's really not going to be able to mix you without an assist. He basically has to give up his turn, is what I'm saying. He has to end it with his little lariat, which is -5, which means it's my turn. There's nothing much he can do here. We know this, so this is how you need to be thinking about your defense. Once you know these things, let's go ahead and get this blue off the screen. Once you know these things, this action that I'm going to take makes a lot of sense. No assist available, nothing he can do. Right after that Rekka, I let loose. I don't even care. There's nothing he can do. He ducks me, but I have Roshi to cover it up. He gets hit, though. This is what I was afraid of. So we saw Roshi get hit there immediately. That's why I didn't call him out at the beginning. All right, so he goes for the overhead here. Hey, look, there's another gap. You can't vanish out of it. He had no assist, really. Active quickly, right? He would have had to call GTB sooner, before he got into his minions, right? That wasn't the case. We get out, another sequence, no assist available. You know what we're gonna do, chat? Not chat. You know what we're gonna do? There we go. We're gonna get the fuck out of there. Reflect. So yeah, now everything else pretty much proceeds as normal. So let's have a talk here. So Gogeta's pretty low, right? And the reality is he's gonna want to swap out soon. So we're gonna take a down heavy stance, right? I want to talk about this here. So yeah, so I want to talk about that swap. So we get Gogeta down. We get him back up here. So at this point, let's talk about neutral structure real quick. For those who do not know, basically, without going into it too deeply, basically, what parts of the screen can your character, your point character with the assist, what parts of the screen can they take control over, right? So we have base Goku. Let me get my red out. Base Goku obviously can cover the horizontal, right? Which means the only space that the opponent can really sit in at that point is up here. Right, now let's talk about Gohan's option. If he presses, you know, he has nothing basically. All he can do is get on top of the opponent and just kind of throw legs out, right? Right? Which means we have to super dash. But if we super dash at him like a fool, he has also as a counter, right? That he can do in the air. So he can't really do anything here. And you need to understand that with your team. And I did not understand this at the time. But watch, let's see what I do. So I try to go up here with a button, which is really bad, and that's why I get hit here. So you have to understand what parts of the screen are your characters really, really good at covering, right? So let's go back here one last time. If I was Bardock, right? And this is why Bardock is still a really good character, because he's a perfect, what's the word? Perfect representation of like how strong being able to travel across this arc and get up to this spot where people like to sit and make decisions really is. He's very, very good at that, but Gohan is not good at that. Technically Roshi, right? If I had Roshi, I could throw the unblockable up here, but even that's a little bit too risky, right? But basically you need to understand, hey, if I can't fill up this space and I don't have my assist available to cover the ground, I just need to like weigh my risk a little bit more heavily. Chances are you can't really do anything, and you need to either very carefully approach from the sky or just sit back until you get your assist, right? I don't do either one of those and I get smacked up. But we're taking a look at GT's options here. Okay, so he doesn't use an assist to lock me down, right? He couldn't get over there in time. I think he should have been able to get over there in time, but he couldn't get over there in time. Reality is though, baby's on the way, but that allowed me just enough time to get the Roshi out, to put a hitbox under us. And the reason we got this hit is situational awareness, which we talked about in the defense video that came out last week. All right. So we snap out. Did we snap out here? Yeah, we snapped out because we got the happy birthday off. And he spammed me across the screen. So you may be thinking, Kai, why don't you just base Goku here? So you don't base Goku here because when you're in the corner like this, unless you perfectly reflect each one of the projectiles, base Goku will actually get hit. So I just go ahead and concede. I let him waste all of his assists. And I try to reset neutral after he uses a super dash on me. I did not see it coming, but he gets me. We definitely could have down heavy there, for sure. He drops the combo. We put Roshi under us. We get the swap out. Let Gohan heal up. So this is another little neat trick. If you guys think you have the awareness, definitely go for this little trick here. You're gonna see me eat this, right? So we know Baby is not like a mixed character and he has no assists available, right? So he tries to do like, you know, he tries to either he didn't confirm this or he tried to mix me with the vanish. It's a very poor option because I intentionally will actually you should want to get hit here instead of blocking this. I think I tried to mash or something. I think I tried to down heavy, but online, right? But yeah. He goes back to spamming. Okay. We frolic. I actually have assist available though. Alright, standard knockdown here. This is all standard. GTB to lock me down. GT. Baby B to lock me down. Good combo. This should be a kill. Oh, he did not kill me. He is dropping it up. Alright, so let's talk. So at this point, we could actually guard cancel. and it would have been fine. But we choose not to. We fight our way out. We have Roshi to cover the grab. Okay. So, you're going to see me drop. Okay. Guys, if you can't finish your combos, if you can't think of anything, I wasn't ready for this conversion. I just was not ready for it. I'm ready for it now, especially since I play Team Gohan. But the important lesson here is if you can't think of anything, just light. The best combo you can do is the one you can finish. At least you know what the Oki situation or what their wake up situation is going to be looking like. Right here, when you don't do that, this happens. You start taking naps real fast. Now, when you're getting combo like this, right, you know, you're watching a movie, you're holding your button, you really need to determine where you want to go. And the way you know where you want to go is you're going to take a good look up here. Your eyes need to be up here, right? Your eyes need to be up here. What assist is coming up? Because that's going to determine what you can do. For example, right, the point character by themselves cannot cover both the ground and the air, right? But his assist, GTB, can cover the ground while he covers the air. So if, depending on how this combo goes, right, if he drops it, we're probably fine. Like on this next repetition of moves, we're probably fine. If he doesn't drop it, right, GTB is going to be available, so we have to take a defensive posture. So in these scenarios where you're in the corner and they have at least one assist available, you should definitely opt to be on the ground. At least on the ground, you have access to your frame 1 reversals, whether they be level 3 or in Adult Gohan's case, EXDP, or you know, you can guard cancel. There's all your options are on the ground. So when they have an assist, the general rule of thumb is just stay grounded. In the air, you have less options. He go ahead and he kills me though. Of course, he has all this bar. He drops. What is he doing? Zen-oh, by the way. Oh my god, I'm getting away with murder. Guys, don't look at this. This is not how. This shouldn't be happening. Please don't tell me I drop. There's no way I drop. Let's go, Roshi. Okay, so let's talk. We're gonna kill GT here, right? There we go. I had to put all base Goku. Unfortunate, but it's whatever. So let's talk about this. So there are two different kinds of round start distances we're gonna see. So you may have already noticed, look how far apart we are. This is not traditional round start or beginning of the match round start. You have beginning of the match round start, and then you have post kill, as I like to call it. This distance is a lot greater than what you're used to normally, right? When you start matches over and over and over again. So you need to take that into account too. So we know that he took he took Gogeta A, which is not a hitbox, so we don't care, right? Which means Baby's only available options is to he has like a kind of a lariat. He can do EX lariat, right? Basically giving up the turn for free. I think he has some pretty decently sized buttons. His 5M goes far. It's not the fastest, but it does go pretty far. He could also 5H, right? So you have to worry about 2 or 3 things that go like this, right? Otherwise, if he doesn't do that, he has to go into the air and start his Ki Blast game. Or he could just stay, he can hold his position and then start the Ki Blast game. But he probably shouldn't do that because we have these options available. I can throw out Gohan C, right? I can throw out Gohan C and just be like, yo, this whole part of the screen is mine, right? So you would think he would go up here, right, where he doesn't have to worry about anything. But let's actually see what he does. We win this round start, basically. So when you know that, you can kind of press the advantage, if you will. Yeah, so we hold and respond, and we'll get into that one on the next round start. And this is why it's very, very hard, or this is why you don't want to lose a character. Because round start, if it's a 2-touch game, right, round start is at least, you can plan your round start to basically guarantee the first touch. Now he has no assist available, right? Gogeta has some options, right? But here we are again. I think you end up even a little bit further. There is a max distance though, but look how far away Gogeta is now as opposed to when we first started the match, right? So let's take a look at this distance, right? Boom, boom, boom. Now it's not a matter of 5M or 2M, right? On either one of our side. It's literally, do we have a special move that gets us from point A, right? Does he have a special move that gets him from point A to point B before I can call an assist? right? And the answer is kinda. He can do, I guess you can call it 236H and get across the screen. That's his little Laria. He goes across the screen. He does have projectile invincibility, but it doesn't last forever. I could very, very easily, if I wanted to be really greedy about it, I can call Roshi to cover us up and then literally sit here, wait, and then call base Goku, and then he's screwed, right? So the only real thing he can start to do here is kind of bait my assist by retreating effectively. I don't think that's what he ends up doing, but that's basically your best move if you're the Gogeta in this situation. Basically let the, tilt the odds in your favor. Try to bait those assists out, because remember, you do have guard cancel. So if I were to use the beam to pressure or begin my offense, you can always like guard cancel it and get out, right? That's a little bit of a trick. I could be waiting for it, but you never know, right? Most people aren't thinking of that, but that's definitely something on the table. He can sit in the air. None of my characters, right? We talked about this. My team is just not structured to attack this part of the screen, which is a really big weakness to have. Really, really big weakness to have. So he could just sit up there. That's all you'd have to do, right? You'll have to excuse the poor drawing. I know you guys get the point, but these drawings are kind of funny. But yeah, he should just do nothing. Let's see what he does. Yep, he did nothing. So he baited the assist out. He got in. That was perfect. He did really well. That was really smart. Roshi B protects us. Let's go Rosh. Okay, so let's talk about Gohan legs for a second. We know they're +1, leaves them airborne, but if our opponent basically down heavies immediately after, Gohan will get hit unless he decides to defend himself or backdash out of the situation. The correct thing here is to backdash, but for those who do not know that, for those who don't know what to do when Gohan does it to you, you can also guard cancel. If you don't want to play the gambling game, will he try to take his turn with the +1 frame, or will he try to whiff punish you? You can literally guard cancel this. Nothing he can do about it. I got no assist to cover this up. He tries to go for the reversal. We back up. We knew not to gamble there. Okay, here we go again. So last time we chose to gamble. I mean, we chose to back out and not gamble. This time we choose to gamble. We get the hit. There we go. I tried to level 1 here. I'm trolling. He lets me get away with that. He could have down heavied me. All right, so last time we went for the gamble. Let's see what we do this time. Okay, we tried to get out of there. We are out of here. This man has 7 bars. I don't want to explode, at least not for free. We get a resource out of him, so it's already a win. And we could have played better here. So let's talk. We did good there. We backed out. He used a resource that he cannot get back. This is one of the worst things you can do in Dragon Ball FighterZ, guys. Is sit under somebody like this with no assist. Because now you're playing the reaction game. And I'm playing it very dangerously. I'm literally holding down back like a fool. I should be retreating slowly, if anything. So let's talk. Right? Especially with Gogeta. He can basically, I think he can S, he did an S earlier. He could S me here. He could do his little kick, right? I think that's like 2-1-4. Can we draw 2 on this? Oh my god. Okay, no, we cannot draw. Yeah, he can do the flip kick. He can do flip kick here, right? And that gives him a turn. He also has a counter, right? 7 bars a meter. He has some tons of arrow K things he can do, right? What do I have? I have a down heavy that's head invincible on frame 4. If I whiff it, I don't get to move for 44, basically around 44 frames, which is a very long time in this game not to move. Basically, if I whiff any button in an attempt to anti-air him, I'm going to die. I also have 3H. I personally don't like using that move. I don't know why. I guess that's just not a habit I picked up. I can do the same thing with Roshi. I just don't like doing it. I probably should experiment with that more, but yeah, don't do this. Don't sit under your opponent like this with no assist, because you're playing the reaction. You're playing the reaction game in a delay based netcode environment, which is basically you're trolling. I think I have the read. I obviously don't. Why would I do that? It makes no sense. Just slowly back up and respond appropriately. Speaking of responding appropriately, look, another round start. What do you think our move here is, guys? We are going to use our assist. Basically, we're going to hold and see how wild this guy's going to get, right? We're going to hold and respond. Hold and respond. That's what we should do here. because he has so many bars, so many ways to get to us across the screen with the sparking active. Let's see what we do. There we go. So we basically hold in the air. I basically jump back, call the assist out of literally blatant fear that he would just do something crazy, as people do. He's taunting me. I trolled, but we have sparking, right? And we talked about this in last week's video. Whenever you're in a situation and you don't know what's about to happen, just spark. Just spark, get out of there. Don't even try it. All right, now that the tables have turned a little bit, things are kind of even. This is still anybody's game. Okay. All right, so let's talk about this. Gets us the hit too. We stagger our buttons. This is something everyone should do, especially in these clutch situations. Obviously it's my turn because he did that vanish kick very high up. So let's talk. Especially in these situations, Dragon Ball is a game that basically begs the question, what are you gonna do? Because we gave you all these things you can do, right? This guy has a frame 1 reversal, a frame 4 reversal. He has level 3. He's in sparking, right? He has solo guard cancel. There are a million things he can do here. It's just a matter of what. And the reason why we stagger our buttons, yes, if our opponent tries to jump away, there are 4 frames of pre-jump, so they can get hit trying to jump away. That's totally on the table. But what's actually probably going to happen is our opponent's trying to do something because they think we're trying to do something. When you stagger in this game, it almost always you always get the response that you're planning or you're gonna do something, right? And you're preparing for it with a stagger. That puts an extra layer of pressure on the opponent to do things. It's just a good habit to do, whether you're in sparking, it's a last hit situation or not. All right, just stagger your buttons. It helps a lot. I'm gonna go ahead and assume he tried to jump back because we didn't get a counter hit notification, so he didn't try to frame 1 me or anything. But yeah, we take our first game against the Zen-oh. Let's move on to the next one. All right, round 2, same as last time. He could 5M me. I can Roshi, but that's probably too risky. We should just back up. Here we go. I successfully get away. He tries to lock me down with GT. All right, that's what he should have used. All right, he locks me down, but we key blast him. He couldn't capitalize because of something that happened with base Goku. All right, so let's talk. Oh, we got hit. Let's talk. Now, this is from the offense video. If you were paying attention then, you know what to do here. Let's take a look, right? Point characters. One character cannot lock down all the different options, right? They have in place get up. I'm not gonna try. They have in place. I'm gonna put in. They have delay, get up. They have back tech. We'll put BK, and then they have up tech, right? And we'll put direction. We'll put up, right? And then they can delay they can delay the tech like in between what, like 0 and at least 20 frames, right? There's too many options. I have no assists coming up before this guy realistically gets up. The only correct option, yeah, you guessed it, is to back up and go for something not so risky. Maybe like a 5S. Yeah, probably just a 5S. The reality is we can't lock these characters down. The game's just not built to let you do those kinds of things reliably. You'd basically be guessing. And we do guess, right? So we're like, oh dude, I'll go overhead. And he's like, bro, I have a frame 1 reversal. What the fuck are you doing? Sits me down, gets the clean swap out, combo time. I think this was a drop, but he covers it up. I'm not blocking high because I'm trolling. Big combo, big combo. Remember, our eyes are still up here, right? GT's not available. We know Gogeta is not putting out a hitbox. We get out, so this guy's all on his own right now unless he guard cancels. This was very bad on me. This is very bad. It's very easy to get hung up in those situations. Like, oh, I got him. No, you gotta just relax. They always have guard cancel if they have meter. Once you understand that, man, you're gonna open up so many people. They're gonna just guard cancel right in your face. Roshi gets hit here because his little big buff move does not block grabs, so this is a good option by him. There was literally no counterplay for me except for like sparking or like vanish. Okay. And I think we do that dumbness again. I do the exact same dumb thing. So he has no way to really hit across the screen. I guess he calls this out. He thinks I'm going to do something. I don't think there's much I can do. I could do like 2-on-4, but 2-on-4 like H maybe. But like, why would I take that risk? And we do this again. You may have seen this. We got under our opponent. You don't... Unless you have a character that, like Bardock, who just says, I'm going to go up here, I'm going to hit him. Unless they have a move that does that, or they have armor, back up. I'm telling you, back up. When you have no assist available, I'm telling you, don't try and waste your time. If you're coming from Street Fighter like me, you're thinking, oh, dude, he's above me. My time. Nope. It's not how this game works. And there's... I could have just left, y'all. He had no assist. That's just me. This is what I was talking about earlier in the first match. Remember, he saw that when he sat up in the sky like that, I didn't know how to respond. And I just either did nothing or I would super dash at him. And he figured it out. He said, you must have forgot I have an air counter, buddy. You must didn't see the character breakdown. Alright, this sparking's cap. I'm like, I was in between like, oh, I just got a free hit and like, I don't want to die. Don't do this. This is because I was nervous. Alright. That was much better. That was much better. So let's take a look at this Oki situation. He has 1 bar. He's going to get 2. He says 1 bar to guard cancel. His baby's coming up. We put out a hitbox. He ducks it. We got Roshi to cover it up. This is good. He underestimated the range of that, I'm guessing. We don't convert because we're trash, but it's okay. It's time to gamble. There we go. We go ahead and just hold. Hold bound back. He guard cancels. It's fine. Guard cancel can't kill. We convert. Excellent. We win that scramble. Okay, here we go. We're in the exact same spot we were last time. Now we have Goku available. Now we make the right decision. We feint the overhead. We don't commit. We have the assist do all the work. Why would I play the game with my point character? We're playing Dragon Ball Fighters. Boom. Right? What we need to understand, though, is the difference between what happened there and what happened at the beginning of the match. Was that the thing that happened at the beginning of the match was a little bit of a weird case, right? Base Goku was coming off cooldown, but he wasn't quite off cooldown, and then we just defaulted to something silly. What you need to do as a player sometimes is just default. You need to just default to no risk. Like just defaulting to no risk as opposed to defaulting to risk. I'm telling you, it'll work in the long run when you play against better players. You should not. I know defaulting to take risk feels good when it works, but it's gonna feel really bad when that shit doesn't work. And most of the time it's not gonna work. You just don't. Most people starting out just take risk when they don't know what to do. When you end up in those gray areas, just try to eliminate as much risk as possible so you don't end up looking stupid like me. Do as I say, not as I do, and you too will win. You will win all your matches. You too can defeat the Zen-ohs. This is all pretty standard. He gets a hit. I'm still in a movie. We put a hitbox under us. We mash for dear life. Not even gonna lie there. Okay. Okay. We're gonna call this baby out. Okay, so let's talk. Let's talk. We pull baby out because he has all the blue health. We swap him out. Actually, we need to go back real quick. This is very important, actually. This is actually super important. Let's see. What happens here? He hurts me. Yeah, we haven't gotten there yet, actually. Let's just keep going. We pull the baby out. Whoa, what am I doing? Oh, I definitely just made this up on the spot. This should kill, though, right? Yeah, good kill. Good kill. Alright, so we've been here before. Post-kill round start, look at the distance, look at the gap. So, does he have a button that goes from point A to point B really, really fast? Yes, right? He can just lariat. He has GTB to cover up, reset his turn. So, the only correct thing to do here is hold and respond. You guessed it. You can have your selection, you know, if you're my team here. you know, I don't know what assist you guys have, but if you have something defensive like Roshi, nothing wrong with just throwing that out and getting a feel for what's going on. Or if you have a beam too, just make sure you defend the assist until it gets ready. Those beams will come out instantly, which will typically be fine. You could jump back here, but if you jump back, you won't be able to defend the beam. So if you just want to hold down back, like I like to do in these situations, definitely call it that defensive assist. Don't be afraid to call that out. We try to get out of there. We try to jump back, assist. He opens us up. Correct use of GTB. That was a really good use of GTB. Okay. So let's take a look. He has no assist available. So I delay, get up. He waits, which is very smart. I thought I could sit on the ground for longer. That's why I was holding down there. I'm not even going to lie. But I thought I could delay longer. That's all that was. He combos me. All of this is standard. He went way too far. We put a hitbox on nerves for Roshi. If you have a defensive assist, it's such a good thing to do. Be able to do in this game because the hitboxes, this is another thing about the game. They have hitboxes that go like this, and some that go like this, but none of them really hit down here. So being able to put an assist that just covers this bubble up as you're falling, so good in this game. Because if people aren't doing the stupid thing that I was doing, where I'm sitting at a diagonal, literally in front of these hitboxes, like they'll just get right under you. And even if you press a good button, maybe you throw out something quick like a light, or maybe you got one of those good mediums that kind of goes down at an arc, maybe. Right? But most of the time you're gonna try and come down like even if you come down with a heavy, it's just gonna be too slow. They're gonna be able to get those iframes from the 2H, and you're gonna be in trouble. So yeah, that's why Roshi is really good. You just don't have to worry about people sitting under you. So that was another round start situation. Let's talk GT. Let's talk GT. Let's talk GT. Let's talk GT. Right. So he does have a move that can go across the screen really quick. I technically have, like, you could argue like shoulder goes across the screen, but like it doesn't go very far. So he wins this situation, which means the correct option for us is to either hold and assist, jump back and assist, or retreat and assist. Let's see what he does. Actually, let's talk about what GT is probably going to do here, because he's only got one character, right? So we know what we're going to have to do to open this. But what can he do as a character, right? So we know GT was phenomenal in Season 2 for a bunch of different reasons, mostly Spirit Bomb, right? But let's just talk about the character when he's by himself, actually. His assist is phenomenal. But when he's by himself, right, he can do S. Very hard committal move, though, right? He can also do S. Let's assume he's here. He can also do S, right? Well, he goes way farther than that. He can also do S, and it goes about that far, right? Also super committal, right? If it whiffs, he dies. I can just super dash on reaction, maybe, and get to him. He can also do beam. So he can basically cover like in front of him and below him, right? But he can't really go above him. So a very good strat against GT Goku is just sitting above him and waiting on him to commit, right? Because he doesn't have that much range. So whatever he does is a commitment, and you just have to wait. We also know in the corner he doesn't have that much like mix. So if our backs to the wall, we're not freaking out against GT Goku. We just have to worry about overhead grab. Like, that's it. Universal mix. He level 1s. I shouldn't have vanished. It's fine. He guard cancels. We vanish on reaction. Here's that angle we talked about. We knew this was his only option. We're chilling though. So here's the thing. Here's something you can do in particular. So for those who don't know, when this happens, GT Goku is +2. But when you're +2, that doesn't lock the opponent down enough for them not to backdash. So I can backdash here. And most people will counter this by just air dashing into you and pressing medium, catching you in the backdash frames. But this isn't an option really available to GT Goku. He would have to literally, 1, read me, and then 2, know that the appropriate action is 236 H. But that's not what he's thinking about. He's like, whoa, this guy just backed up. So we got to take account. This is going to be very important here in a minute. I thought he was going to down heavy me, so I panicked. Now you're going to lie. And alright, so here we go again, round start, right? Where we still have 1 assist. We're just going to hold. See, there it is. We get out the way of it. We talked about that a minute ago. We thought he would press forward again. We used the Roshi. Now we got no assist. Now we're staggering the buttons because we're looking for the guard cancel, right? He got uncomfortable. That was a brilliant sparking by him. He got uncomfortable. He sparked, and then he just covered the diagonal, right? We're playing very bad. We need to quickly go into the sky. I don't make the mistake anymore. You see, I advance with Roshi in the sky. And all I'm trying to do is stay airborne, wait for the commitment. Stay airborne, wait for the commitment. Look, I'm just blocking. I've literally told myself I'm going to block. I'm going to stay in the air. Anything he does I don't like, I'm going to vanish it. He gets a few straight hits here. Uh-oh. So we knew, right? Oh my God, look at Roshi in this shot. Jesus, big Rosh, let's go. But we knew that we knew exactly what angles GT was going to play at. It's this. Okay, probably shouldn't do it during level 1, but this, and this, right? Like, there's nothing else you can do. Characters are not built to do, like, actually have full, cover all these different angles. We're going to put the pressure on them. We're kind of shimmying here, trying to stay airborne. There go one of his moves. He has tons of bar. We're chilling right now. Get out the corner. We're just waiting for the commitment, guys. GT. If he jumps, I jump. If he doesn't jump, I want him to be -5 in my face. Okay, he couldn't confirm that. That happens way too quickly. Here we go. So this is scary though. This is definitely what we're asking for. But for some reason, I definitely wanted him to do this. I know he's not. I know he can't follow me unless he does the 2-3-6. I'm gambling each one of these. I'm sticking to my plan, and my plan is literally assuming he won't gamble. So this time we finally contest. There's the guard cancel. We're chilling. Now we've gotten rid of all the bar. Now anything he does is death. Let's see what happens. Oh, what's that? Is that a commitment I see? Night night. And there you have it. You still got a long way to go. All right, Roshi's fucked up. But anyway, yeah. So, the takeaway for this match was just literally don't sit under people. Hold and respond when you're ahead with your assist. Or from these matches, yeah, not just from this one. Hold and respond when you're ahead. Remember, Gogeta is not that scary if you don't. I know he has a lot of different things, but he's not scary without a proper block stun. GT Goku is very, very committal without assist. What's another big one? Oh, and then the whole emphasis, I really wanted to hit this home with this video was just like, round start is super, super important in this game because the game basically wants you to gamble a lot, but round start, the variables are very, very controlled, especially if you have good assist, and you can really just take advantage of the scenario. Obviously, there are ways to escape it. People can just backdash out. You know, some characters can just like float away, or they have extra mobility options. Like Gogeta could definitely just like float away and then double backdash and not deal with anything. But not everyone can do that, and definitely not everyone is mindful of that. Sometimes they're trying to hit you. But yeah, round start is super, super important because it's going to help you understand what your characters can and cannot do, right? Usually what you can and cannot do at round start pretty much holds true for the entire match. So I want you guys to just like take a look at your VODs. You can go straight up to the little replay man in the online mode, and you can just stare at the round start and be like, yo, what can my team actually do? Right? And once you understand that, you'll understand when to be aggressive and when not to be aggressive. All right. But yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching our first match analysis. I hope you guys like it. Let's go ahead and get you guys out of here. Oh, man, my heart was pounding after this set. I legit just got off the computer after playing this, watched some RDC World or something. I don't remember, but I just had to get away from the computer. It was pretty intense. But looking at it now, it's pretty clear we both could have played better. And, you know, to be honest, this probably wasn't their main team, right? All GT team. I like the theme, but they probably didn't get Zen-oh playing that, right? So I am still proud of the win, though. Don't think I'm not. But yeah, I have recently made the switch to Teen Gohan instead of a Do Gohan with the intent of becoming a Zen-oh myself before Strive comes out. So if you guys do want to see that journey, be sure to sub. I'll have more match analysis, all that good stuff over time. Or if you guys just want to watch the journey live, head over to the Twitch down in the description. Hit that follow button. We'd love to have you guys over. I'm live every Monday, Wednesday, Friday. But other than that, guys, I did have a fun time making this. I hope it provided some perspectives. So till next time, thanks for watching. Much love. Kairos out.